Hello, Global Gardeners. It's me, Miss Kalie. Welcome back to our garden. Today we are going to talk about parts of a plant, and also we're going to talk about seeds. So right here is one of our most pretty plants. This is called a zinnia. It has these really pretty reddish kind of pink flowers. So a plant is more important than just the flowers though. We have to look at this whole plant. Under the ground, I pulled this flower up, but under the ground are all of these little hairies. What could those be? These are all roots. These are super important for a plant. It's kind of like a straw. The roots suck up food for the plants. They suck up water, they suck up nutrients. So roots are super important. Next, we have this long stem. This stem holds up the rest of our plant. It connects our roots to our flowers. So we have our roots, we have our long stem, and then next you see all these bright green, what are these? These are called leaves. Leaves are important for our plants because they do something called photosynthesis. Can you say photosynthesis? Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is how plants use the sunlight to give themselves energy. So they like to just sit in the sun all day long. And by sitting in the sun, it gives them enough energy to grow. And once they've sat in the sun long enough and they have enough energy, they make these. Do you see this? This is a flower. Do you see how pretty it is? It's red. Look at this one. That one's super pretty. Flowers are super important. One, they're so beautiful that they attract pollinators. Pollinators include bees and butterflies and all of our garden bugs. Once the pollinators come to our flowers make something called seeds. Can you guys say seed? Seed. Perfect. So our plant has the roots, it has this long stem, it has these leaves, and it has our flowers. And our flowers make something called seeds. And seeds can be really tiny. See, these zinnia seeds are super tiny. They're kind of light brown. They look really flaky. They blow away in the wind. So zinnias have those kind of seeds. But if you look at this flower behind me, do you see this one, an Indian blanket? It has these really pretty orange and yellow flowers. These seeds look like little puff balls. Those are the seeds from our Indian blanket. Over here, we have a sunflower. Sunflower seeds look even different. They look like this. Each plant has its own kind of seed, and all the seeds are a little bit different. Each seed is a baby plant. So when you take that seed and you put it in the dirt and you cover it and you give it some water, it is going to turn into its own plant. So seeds are super important in order for our plants to continue to survive. So without our seeds, we wouldn't have our flowers. And without our roots, we wouldn't have a stem, leaves, flowers, seeds. So all the parts of the plant are super important and they all work together. All right, friends, we just learned all the parts of a plant. When the pictures come up, see if you can name each part of the plant. You can call it out as the video plays. Okay, what is this? Remember, it sucks up the nutrients for the plants. You're right, those are roots. They are important for the plant to gather nutrients and to hold it strong in the soil. What is this part of a plant? It's long and kind of looks like a stick. Did you guys say stem? Because that would be right. This is a stem. Okay, this part of the plant is green. It does photosynthesis. What are those? Yeah, those are our plant's leaves. They are so important. And this beautiful part of a plant, what is that called? If you guys said flowers, then you were right. Awesome job. And our flowers make these little tiny things. What am I holding in my hand? Yeah, those are going to be different types of seeds for each of the flowers. Good job, guys. Now that we know all the different parts of plants, Miss Jenny is going to help us learn more about seeds. And she's going to help walk us through an activity that we're going to do with seeds today.
Welcome back, Global Gardeners. Where do all these plants come from? Seeds. Every plant starts as a little tiny seed. You might not know it by looking at these, but these seeds could become a giant watermelon vine, an apple tree, a cucumber vine, and a whole carrot. So, is the plant inside the seed? Like this pumpkin seed. Is there a whole entire pumpkin and pumpkin plant in there? What do you think? No. But then what is inside a seed? That's what we're going to find out today. To do this activity, you'll need to soak some dry beans in cool water overnight. I like to use big beans like kidney beans or lima beans because it's easier to see all the parts. You'll also need to turn up your observation skills. Observation means using your senses to learn about something. Or what are our 5 senses again? Seeing, hearing, smelling, feeling, and tasting. We won't be tasting our raw beans today because they're not good for us if they're not cooked. But if you cook up the rest, definitely use your taste senses on that. When you think about observation, think of a magnifying glass that makes things bigger so you can see all the little details. Observation helps you notice details too.
All seeds have a part called a seed coat, which covers the outside. Since our seeds have soaked, we can peel it off. What do you think this part could do? The seed coat helps hold the seed all together and protects it until it's ready to grow, just like a winter coat protects you from the cold. Now we see the biggest part of the seed, and normally it'll come apart into pieces like this. What is all of this? While you think about it, I want to show you a very tiny but very important part of the seed. What is this little thing? Does it look like anything you've seen before? This is our tiny baby plant. The baby plant has 2 parts. There's the root, which grows first and works its way into the soil to get water for the plant. The roots will keep growing and getting bigger all the plant's life. And the second part is the shoot, which is the part that shoots up through the soil and becomes the first leaves. The tiny baby plant may one day be super big. So, have you made any guesses about what all this is? It's food. This food gives the baby plant the energy it needs to shoot up above the soil, where it will start making its own food. That tiny baby plant won't turn green until the sun starts shining on it.
That's it. That's what's inside a seed. The little seed coat, the baby plant, remember that's the shoot and the root, and the food. Different seeds can look very different from one another, but they all have those important parts.
Okay guys, now it's your turn. So with your magnifying glass and your seed, you're going to find out what is inside the seed. So remember, you want to take off the seed coat first. You kind of just pinch it off, come off like that. And then you want to crack it open. So it'll normally crack open in half, just like that. Once it's open, use your magnifying glass and see if you can find all the parts of our seed. Then I want you to draw your seed as best you can with as many details as possible, because as scientists, we want to catalog what we observe or what we notice. So observe your seed, draw your seed. I'm so excited to find out what you guys have found. I'll see you later. Bye.